What's up, y'all? I'm Megan and welcome back to my channel. So this video is kind of gonna be like a combo video. I wanted to make a video today about the benefits of being vegan that have kind of just changed my life, because I've been seeing so many new vegans asking on the Facebook groups and stuff like that, why are you vegan? Or what do you see are the benefits of being vegan? So I kind of wanted to go off on that for a little bit. If you're here for the recipe, just go ahead and skip forward to this time right here, because it's gonna be a minute, y'all. We gonna talk about all these benefits, and there's a lot of them. So, number one is you just become smarter. I know that sounds crazy because you're like, really? You're just calling the rest of us dumb? I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Just there's so many things I've become smarter about. The environment, animals, food in general, how food affects your body. There's just so many things I have learned just by being vegan. Yes, you could say, oh, well, if you're into nutrition, if you're into your gut health, if you're into all these things like health and fitness vloggers are, which is honestly why I follow a lot of health and fitness vloggers, you may already be able to have this information. But I did tell you at the beginning of this video that these are benefits that have benefited me personally. And honey, I have never been into nutrition or anything like that. I've just been into eating. So I don't know. But anyway, first benefit that I will tell y'all that I have experienced is I have never been so smart about food. What does that mean? So ingredients in general, I've never looked at ingredients. I never cared what was in things, but now I have to, because if there's any animal byproducts in it, I'm not one of those cafeteria vegans. I don't pick and choose. If it has something with animals in it, I'm not gonna eat it. I just don't want to, so I'm not going to. So that just in general, like learning what stuff is in the food that I'm eating. Beyond that, also learning those scientific words. I never even cared to look up what those meant, because I was just like, who cares? Obviously it's keeping the food together, so woohoo. But now I am so much more careful. I look up literally everything. So that's been a huge thing, just learning what's in my food. Second thing I will say is learning how food affects your body. I have just honestly soared in life with this, because I used to never know that meat and dairy could affect your body so much. Your digestion just slows. I said in another video, it's like whenever your body is trying to digest an Italian meal or whatever, then it's like food coma, you know what I mean? But when you eat vegan, that happens never. I never get tired after eating, and that's just because I'm eating veggies and stuff that keeps my energy up, and it's not making me go into a coma. So knowing how food affects your body is just so important to me. And not only affects it negatively, but also how food affects your body and helps you reach your nutrition levels, because I never really paid attention to how much protein I was getting in a day or how much vitamins I was getting in a day until I became vegan. And so many people don't even realize that vegans are not the only ones that are protein deficient. A lot of meat eaters are as well. I literally log my food now in an app because I want to make sure I'm getting this much protein and this many vitamins or whatever. And the reason I started doing that is because when I became vegan, I was worried about that, not getting enough protein. So my veganism contributed to me just learning so much more about food, nutrition, my body in general. The third thing that I have learned is to cook. If you've seen my 5 tips to make being vegan easier, cooking is one of them, because I never cook. First of all, I'm from Louisiana. My family used to cook for me all the time whenever I lived at home. You know, yes, I'm spoiled. I know, everyone knows. So when I moved to college, I didn't have my family cooking, so I just started eating a lot of crap. Just like fast food or whatever I could get my hands on, because I know for sure I never cooked ever. So that just did not happen. But then whenever I became vegan, I actually became vegan in college. Whenever I became vegan, it was like I was cooking all the time because I didn't want to spend all that money on processed frozen dinners or frozen food, because you can just make it yourself. And honestly, it has so much less sodium when you do it like that. So many recipes that I was just like, I'd rather have this than stuff I could get, ordered. Also, it has really helped, I would say, in my relationship. I know not all of y'all experience this, but my partner is not vegan, so it helps us a lot because we'll make things, for example, like, well, okay, to tell y'all the real truth right now, that squash bread that I made last week, he loved it. The Italian casserole is a big hit. My queso was a really big hit with like 4 of my friends that I had over that day. Yeah, so there's a lot of things on my channel that I make that actually my non-vegan family and partner really like too. So the reason I say that cooking is beneficial even in a relationship or having family members that are not vegan is because since you're cooking it yourself, you can separate things out. For example, I just made spaghetti the other night. And so obviously I made it vegan because like, what else would you do except for I guess if you put butter in it, but I put vegan butter in it, so whatever. But with that, it's like you make the pasta, sauce, and the veggies, everything separately, and then I use my meatless meatballs, he uses his real meat, and there you go. Like, we just separate everything out, so it's easy. But I wasn't able to do that until I cooked, because obviously if you're ordering something, you're not going to be able to order, this on the side and then just the pasta. That's just not how it works. So you're going to spend more money if you're not cooking it. So it has been a way, like a benefit that I've had of being vegan and learning to cook, and also just a benefit to my bank account, honestly, because honey, I am not rolling in the dough. Fourth thing is that you become more aware of food production and the environment in general. For example, when I started being vegan, I had no idea how much dairy and meat production contributed to greenhouse gases. I think I looked it up the other day just to see what, percentage they're reporting right now. And it was 15% is what they were reporting for livestock contributing to greenhouse gases, which honestly, I've done a lot of research on it, and a lot of companies don't submit their full emissions, which is like, what they're emitting from their companies that's causing pollution or whatever, greenhouse gases, other things in the air, because obviously they don't want to look bad. So they're not going to fully submit everything. 15% is probably the minimum. There's probably a lot more, but they're just not, they're not telling us. So I just think that it's really cool, even if you're not vegan, to think about that and just try to eat maybe a little bit less. Maybe one day have a vegan day, or whatever, because it really does help if you are an environmentalist at all. So that's a big thing I've learned. And not only has it made me want to, contribute to the environment in that way, but also I got super obsessed with recycling. Another thing I never cared about at all. But for some reason, when I started to look up all this stuff about the environment and how dairy and meat production were affecting it, I started looking up like recycling and how much that helps. And y'all, I am a recycling fiend now. I recycle everything, like everything. Anything that you can recycle, I will clean that out and put it in the recycling bin. My trash at this point is pretty much like 95% recycling, and then I'll have half a bag of trash a week, which is crazy. And it is just me here in my apartment right now because my roommate has moved out because I'm about to move to a different place. Yeah, so that's the fourth thing I would say. The fifth thing I would say is that it just made me, I would say, more empathetic for animals. The biggest thing I've realized is that like once you stop viewing animals as food, you become so much more empathetic to them, and it's crazy. I just never thought I would be a moral vegan. Whenever you look at my first vlog I ever did, I talk about this, and I'm like, I'm just here for the health, y'all. Like, I just never was really interested in the save the animals part of it, because I was just like, that's just for extra vegans. But it's not. For example, I used to be able to go fishing. Not like that's something I enjoy, but I used to go with my dad and stuff because, that's something that we would do. And then now I feel bad for the fish. And then I started looking up, fish and like, are they affected? Are they okay? Like, I really am interested in these fish, and like, It's crazy. That just freaked me out, and I don't know, Bambi, the whole thing, you know what I mean? Nemo, it's too much. I can't do it anymore. So it makes you so much more empathetic to animals. And those are just all amazing benefits, y'all. If you have any other benefits that you've experienced being vegan besides the one I've listed, please comment them below, because not only do I like to talk to you guys about these benefits, but also I like to hear what y'all have experienced. So please put those below if you have any that I haven't mentioned, and even if you have any that you agree with that I've mentioned, I would love to see that in the comments as well. So without further ado, I am making chickpea salad today. I'm so excited because I was basically exploring in my kitchen a couple days ago and was like, I need to get rid of all this food before I move so I don't have to bring it with me. And there was 2 cans of chickpeas, and I was like, I'm just gonna make some chickpea salad. And I haven't made it in forever. But then I realized I didn't have red onion, I didn't have celery, I didn't have like a lot of stuff that I've made it with in a previous video. And so I made kind of an all new recipe this time. Also, if you watched the previous part of this video, you would have seen that I said that I now log my food on an app. And so I actually logged this recipe, and then I took a couple things down, like the amount of different ingredients that I was putting in there to keep it more healthy. So just to let y'all know, I am doing that now. I'm very intense about trying to make these meals the best I can for you guys. I'm pretty excited. It's delicious. So let's do it, guys. It is time to try this delicious chickpea salad sandwich. Looks like, all right. This is just so delicious, y'all. Alright guys, as I always say, thank you so much for watching my channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and like it, because I know to keep making recipes like this for you guys. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe below, and also click that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Alright guys, take it easy.